Yeah, probably a good idea. Hey, Jenny, Mrs. Wolf, Ms. Wicked Wolf. Hey, Carowin. Next to attack. Got it. Got it. Jump kicks. Oh, we have a block. Gotcha. Boy, do I hate parry mechanics. Okay. So we can dodge up and down. Three different special moves. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. I will forget that. Not too spicy to stream. I did double check. Like, Twitch lets you stream this, so I figured that it's okay for YouTube. Because, like, when I play properly spicy games, Twitch won't even let you set them up. So, or at least they won't put, like, the option to label it. Like, I'm not gonna get into Twitch. But anyway, that was my metric for figuring I could get away with this. All right, we got weapons. Oh, okay. Ooh, nice. Hey, Taran. Hey, Scuzz. Scuzz Bob. I should say the whole thing. Saying hey, Scuzz sounds like an insult. Okay. Oh, she's so demure. Okay. All right. Got it. Yep, I'll figure it out. We'll button mash our way to victory. Okay. Cool. The question is, let's see, classic arcade. What's the difference? I only have 5 lives. Oh, screw that. We are not doing that nonsense. 1 player. Let's do normal. I'm only doing 1 player, so that doesn't matter. Okay. Let's see. Priscilla Salamander, all-rounder. Mega Holstar. High strength, low speed. Nina Usagi. High speed, low strength. All right, it's our first time going. Let's try with the all-round character. Get a feeling for this. I rarely stick with the middle of the road characters, but you know we got to start somewhere. Agent Usagi, I don't know why you spelled it out. Is this how you report to your superiors? Wow, I am just noticing how low that skirt is hanging on her hips. Dang, okay. Geez, why so formal? We're working together for years. We've finished preparatory school together. Been receiving reports of misconduct from some members of the Maiden Cops. What is the average duty of a Maiden Cop? I'm already curious. Maiden Cops sleeping in the patrol car instead of patrolling. Okay, yeah, that would be bad for any cop. Eating sweets and candies during operations. That shouldn't be that bad. Playing video games while on duty. Okay, yeah, that one's kind of bad. Oh, no, don't be me. Hey. Don't say all that fat like it's a bad thing. Don't ever say it like it's a bad thing. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm not sure your boss is buying this. Oh, well, okay. You're at least owning up to that. Uh-huh. Interesting. The all-rounder would usually be the leader by default. Commander Morgana. Oh, that's the deal with the horns. Okay. Not unfair. 255. Yeah, absolutely. We don't fat shame around here, Jen. Hopefully, like, that was like a single instance, and we're brushing it off as like her trying her best to divert blame. I'm really hoping that doesn't become a recurrent thing. That will bother me. Whoa. Explosion in the Oh, that's why they're Maiden Cops, because it's Maiden City. Okay. All right, I'm catching up. Apologies if I cough. I've got a slight scratch at the back of my throat that I'm trying not to aggravate. Thank you, Ms. Wicked Wolf. I got this at a local farmer's market from a local potter. Actually, I should shout them out. Hang on, I gotta look up their name again. Give me a second. There was something. Where was it? Where was it? Ah. Attention Craft. You can actually find them on Instagram at Attention Craft. Lovely things across the board. A queer potter based in Vermont. They teach at the Mud Studio and are the co-creator of Vermont Queer Crafts. Lovely stuff. So follow them on Instagram, and I think you can buy stuff online from them. About classes, events. No, looks like you can sign up for classes and whatnot, but still, you can see what they do, which is very cool. Anyways, I'm trying to get better at shouting out, folks, for stuff. This is more of a beat 'em up than a fighting game, Ms. Wicked Wolf. Yeah, Rowan with Val Kilmer passing. I'm assuming you're referring to that. How far is it to Boston? It's about a 3-hour drive, assuming traffic is okay. I think that's adorable, 255. Oh, or were you asking Ms. Wicked Wolf? I'm just glancing intermittently at the chat. So, hey, Adrenaline. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Whew. Alright, here we go. The way she's bobbing her head. Eee! I get to beat up people. Alright. Here we go. Ooh. Okay. Whoa! Dang it. Okay. Alright. Classic beat 'em up style. Oh. Ooh. And the knife is throwable, as it should be. Come here, you. Whoa! Come on. Whoa. Whoa! Dang. Whoa! Ah. Gotcha. I often find that to be the case, 255, with these kind of pixel art games. There was a game that I played on my own because it was quite the spicy game, called Flip Witch, where, like, to be blunt about it, the pixel art was gorgeous. The hand-drawn art for the cinematics was not as good. Oh, dang it. Oh. Oh, damn. Oh! Okay, so I was wondering about that timer. It looks like it resets for every block of fighters I take on, so that's not like a timer for the level. That's just like a timer for the ow section. Ooh, damn. Okay. I was just like, let's jiggle while having a conversation. Oh, you don't do that? I like to get a good bounce going during a casual conversation. Would love to know where these ladies got their bras. This is its own contained thing, Adrenaline, I'm fairly certain. I should try out some of these special moves. Whoa, okay. Oh. Ooh, dang. Ooh. Go, go, go. Ah! Okay. Oh, okay, so that's a ground pound. I've been trying to figure out what the different special moves are. Seems like they have a cooldown, and I also think... I think they are life draining? No, maybe not. Maybe it's just the cooldown. Okay. I'm gonna If it's just a cooldown, I should be using those more liberally. Yeah, I should definitely be using the special moves way more liberally than I have been. Okay, cool. Cool. Sure, I'll just grab the underwear that was dropped. That's good for points somehow. It's on Peacock, Ms. Wicked Wolf. Are they using their tails to fight? Amongst other things. Whoa. Ow. Whoa, jeez. She just chest charged me? Ah! Ooh. Oh. A cowbell. Interesting. Oh. Come here. Just random underwear. That's a good thing, evidently. Don't ask why. Oh, I see. The main reason to not be cracking off the specials left and right is to let it get a full build-up so you can use multiple at a go. Otherwise, like, you gotta wait. And it rebuilds with normal attacks. Okay, so I need to be working the specials into the flow of normal combat. Whoa. Ah! Come on. Come here. Gotcha. Book I'm reading is about a hollow planet. Two races that are warring over the inertia of. Several the planets controlled by another. Fourth governs the solar system. I'm starting to realize why I forgot what matter was about. Banks gave the setting pre-World War I Europe level annoying political complexity. Ah, yeah, that kind of thing can be difficult to keep track of without a chart. Ah! Oh, dang it. That's annoying. Didn't see that coming. Oh, okay. Hey, Izzy. Good to see you. So, former Maiden Cop turned villain, looks like we're dealing with. Or, no, okay, so just a jerk on the Force. Got it. Whoa! Okay. Okay, so somebody on the team has a little bit of a humiliation kink. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, no, all right. So she is a villain. All right. Okay, so Priscilla is kind of doing the no thoughts, head empty thing. Nina is a bit more the impatient brat, and then we've got Miga over there who's just... Wow. Wow. Well, thanks for stopping in, Jen. Hope you enjoyed the jiggle. Oh, boy. Oh, okay. Boss fight. Oh. Miranda Viperous. The trick with brawlers is always like trying to actually get on the same vertical plane as your enemies. Ah, nuts. Okay. Let's juggle you for a bit then. Damn. Almost got her. Almost got her. Almost got her. There we go. Woo! Unlocked a profile on the Maiden department. See, given the anthropomorphic slight animal thing we go on, I don't know if big fish is meant to be taken literally. Hey, Jennifer. It's funny, Adrenaline. You hear different stories about Val Kilmer, and they vary a fair bit depending on where he was in his career at the time, and also like who it was. He seemed to get along way better with certain people than others, and he also seemed to have periods of being like a little bit loosened up, if that makes sense. So it's always kind of interesting with Kilmer. Behind the scenes stories are all over the place with him. Maiden Night. Is this the mayor? Yes. President of the Demon Party. Yeah, I think part of the clash you often have with directors is I'm not sure he was ever like much devoted enough to want the director's share, but he knew enough about filmmaking to have opinions on what directors did, and lots of directors don't care to be told how to do their job by the actors, which I don't think is an altogether unreasonable thing. Like, if an actor has a suggestion, that's one thing. If an actor's gonna get uppity, like you're doing it wrong, that's another. Not that I'm saying that's what Val Kilmer did, just sort of explaining context on that. I've actually still not seen Tombstone. I've been meaning to for decades now, but I still haven't. Like, am I supposed to be suspicious of the Demon Party? Because it almost seems too obvious, but maybe that's the joke? That the current villains are the Liberators and the good guys are the Demon Party? Maybe that's a joke. Maybe that's a hint. I don't know. This thing's so tongue-in-cheek. I don't know how seriously to take any of this. Yeah, I don't super trust you. Yeah. Yeah, no, I really don't trust you. My grandmother, I legitimately got hooked on Nintendo. Because she also, because I'm older than you, she got an original NES to have at her house because I was spending summers there. And she initially got hooked on Mario and Tetris. And she kept gaming into her 90s. Like, she didn't like the N64 because she didn't like 3D. But when the Nintendo DS came out, she got that and played like the new Super Mario Brothers games. Maiden Lytics? Interesting. I haven't seen it yet, Izzy, so I've been editing this morning. That's a generous bounce. Oh. Friggin' chest thrust. Ooh, katana. Ooh. Whoa. Whoa, did I straight up cut off her head? I think I straight up cut off her head. That's a little drastic. Ooh. Achievement for defeating 100 opponents. Ooh. What, like... What the hell? Okay. So, there's something else going on with that. I don't know what that is. What are we dealing with? What are they, Doulahan? I can't remember what the name of the... I think it's Irish spirit is. I think it's Doulahan, something like that. Well, we are dealing with demons, so I guess it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. Whoa, whoa! Get! Come here. Oh! Geez, I could pick the head up! I did not realize I could pick the head up and throw it. Oh, goodness. Ow. What is that? Bike key, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Did she have motion sickness issues with 3D like you? Not that I know of. She just didn't like it. It was more for her to keep track of, trying to, you know, navigate the 3D plane. It's just more work. N64 was my first console. Will you be able to stream the new Mario Kart on the Switch 2 when it comes out in June? I mean, first of all, I don't know when, if ever, I'm going to get a Switch 2. Second of all, I never did figure out how to stream from even the original Switch. It requires a lot of additional steps, whereas I just like things nice and simple. In high school, my brother's friend group went through a stage where they were all into retro gaming. I remember because I had to borrow the SNES, I got a hand-me-down from him. Ah. Ambience and desserts. Everything just has Maiden as part of its description. That's just what we're doing here. Look at her. I love the bob of her head. Ah! Oh, it is a Doulahan. It even says right there. Oh, cool. I was right. Nice. Oh. Yeah. That's my third life. But I continue. All right, let's try one of the others. Let's try Miga. Slower, but hits significantly harder, especially with a big weapon. Oh. I gotta find out what the special moves we have at our disposal are. Whoa, that goes for a while. Oh, okay, but there's like a brief sort of days after it. That makes sense. What else we got? All right. And what's this one? Okay. Getting a sense of this. Oh. Immediate throw. Whoa, she's got a gun. Oh, she's packing heat. Okay. Can I pick up a gun? No. I can get wine, though. Do we know yet if the Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible with the Switch 1? Because that's probably going to be the main determining factor on how quickly, if ever, I pick one up. Ugh. Whew. Always bugs me in superhero fiction when someone uses a melee weapon, because if it's not part of them, it doesn't. It's not going to be super strong like they are. Well, it's part of the inherent fiction of these things. It's one of those core concepts you just kind of got to go with it. Hey there, Primex. And these people are just going to keep having their chatty, flirty conversation over wine while I beat the crap out of people in the background. Oh, I love these kinds of games. They're so ridiculous. They are absolutely absurd, and I love it. I would not have it any other way. Belinda, go down, please. You heard me. I'm telling you to go down. You gonna listen like a good girl? Sorry, not sorry for that one. Whoa. Ugh. Gotta get better at using the dodge, which I don't use very much at all. Long boots. Those were nice boots. Dang. Sort of the extra fun thing about using this character in specific is if you follow me on certain other platforms, I have become a fairly recent proud owner of a cow print outfit, which I'm having fun with. Sounds like not all games will be compatible. I was afraid of that sort of semi-backwards compatibility. I mean, like, it's not the end of the world if it's not super backwards compatible, because I'll still have my original Switch. It's just like, you know, the original Switch had its issues with things like stick drift and whatnot, and if it's not backwards compatible and things like replacement Joy-Cons are going to be, just by the passage of time, are going to become harder to get for the original. So that's kind of what I worry about and irritates me a bit. It's the most current thing I have is a Wii. I went for a long time with the most current thing I had being a PS3. So, which was the same era. So I'm there with you, Jennifer. Nintendo site says Nintendo Switch 2 can play compatible physical and digital games released on the Nintendo Switch system. Yeah, which is a non-answer is what that is. The outfit sounds moolicious for sure. Well, again, you can check in certain places if you are curious. And I also tend to think that, like, at this point in my life, this would probably be my fighting style as well. Slower, but, like, can hit decently hard. Because I'm not the most muscular. I've got weight on a fair number of people for sure. But, like, I'm not the most muscular person in the world. But, like, I do still remember correct form for throwing a punch. I remember how to do that. I took karate long enough that I have not lost that. So I'd like to think that this is me, like, a bit slower, but if I get a hit in on you, yeah, it's gonna do a bit. I am too old to be the speedy little bunny. Not that I think I ever was. I might have been kind of in the middle with the all-rounder at some point. I'm loving the Steam Deck. I've never tried the Steam Deck. Ada Ada? We're really doing Ada Ada? Okay. Ada Ada. Never did a dab well to the controllers. Some of them can be a bit tricky. And like, I don't super love the feel of the Joy-Cons on the Switch, but like, it didn't bother me enough to put me off using it. But eventually, when I got a controller and and I upgraded my PC to actually be able to run games off Steam without wheezing, I prefer this. Ada Ada. I did hear about that one, Rowan. I don't think I ever got around to seeing it. Well, no, I might have seen an episode or two. I can do both keyboard and controller, although, like, I'm more comfortable with the controller. I think just because, growing up, I was more into console games than computer games. So, like, the keyboard is something I've adapted to. It depends on the games. Some games just flat out play better on a keyboard, even if they have controller options. And some, like, they're just like, don't even bother with that thing. I was actually thinking that exact same thing with the ice cream Carowin. Ada. Alright. Whoa. Oh, jeez. Okay, so you're just tossing me around then. Lovely. Get out of here. Oh. Gotcha! I'm getting the hang of this. A hole in your finances. That does not sound pleasant, Mr. L. How hard of a place? What about my ice cream and my punishment? This game's cute. Like, this easily could have gone full spicy game with very little tweaking, but it's cute. I'm liking it. I'm kind of half joking that's when the Switch 2 is coming out. Oh, I gotcha. Jeez. All right. To the beach. Come here. Grab some energy drink. We got little maids now. Unless they're milkmaids, I think I can handle it. You know, because I'm a cow, and if they milk me, maybe they'll be more effective. I'll explain the joke, and then the joke will land better. That's how comedy works. Ooh. This is very classic Final Fight. I'm just starting to fully appreciate that. I think that occurred to me with the fact that Miga's jump kick is like a two-fisted dive that puts her on the ground, which is the same as Hagar's in original Final Fight. And it's basically, it's the same sort of set. Whoa. It's the same sort of setup where, you know, you have the... I mean, like, they were standard archetypes for brawlers at the time, but, you know, Final Fight was kind of the classic brawler. You've got the small, fast one, the slow, strong one, and the in-betweeny one. The ingredients to create the perfect Dom bottoms. Nice, Izzy. Miga! Miga, your kink is showing. Whoa, okay. Come here. Concrete pillar. Oh, son of a gun. Whoops. I didn't mean to throw it. Oh, well. Oh! With the classic big titty anime run with the arms up and everything. You know, that'd be a cute joke, 255, especially if they acted like all embarrassed about it. Whoa, okay. That was effectively a pile driver. Haven't done that before. Kids are gonna grow up and be like, I enjoy anime for the story. You know what the real funny thing about that old, like, I read Playboy for the articles thing? Playboy back in the day had some, like, legitimately good articles. Like, especially their interviews were, like, legitimately good pieces of journalism a lot of the time. Should I be avoiding the crab? I don't want crabs, right? I would think I don't want crabs. Was journalism ever good? Yes, Ms. Wicked. Well, it could be. Like, there has always been bad journalism. There has always been good journalism. I don't know enough about the history of journalism to say, like, what era of journalism was on the average better. I couldn't tell you. But yes, there has always been good journalism. There has always been bad journalism. $80! Oh, they freaking... Oh, they're gonna do it again with the new generation of games. They already used the last generation to hike everything up to goddamn 70, which is not justified for the record. And now they're gonna bump it up to fucking 80. God damn it. The state of video games, especially console gaming, my goodness. What a mess. Like, there was a reason I didn't even get a Switch until, like, 4 years into its life cycle. And even then, like, I abandoned it once I had a gaming-ready PC. Switch is effectively my kiddo's console now. And they also don't use it much. They mostly PC game, so... Eh. I'm not familiar with that one, is he? I will take your word for it, though. Come here. Oh. What do we got? Very, it's a little bit mermaidy, I guess, with the fins. I was gonna say kind of genie-esque, a little bit, Shantae. Yeah, 255, too many people would say that in seriousness. Famous supermodel and businesswoman. Okay. I buy bikinis from your brand. That be dominated line. Uh-huh. Okay. Gotcha. I mean, like, personality-wise, still not too inaccurate, 255. A commoner. Oh, we have classism. Lovely. Whoa! Okay. What? My goodness. Ah. This does very much feel inspired by the kind of anime that anime fans have to claim not all anime is like. If you follow me on that. I'm not sure they do anymore, 255. I don't know the last time they called anybody that, but... Okay. Maiden Highway... Hello. Damn! Oh. Okay. You gotta have your alternate levels in this kind of beat 'em up. This is like the sewer surfing levels in ow. In Turtles in Time. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Ow! Nope. Ah! Whoa! Okay. Just to try the other one, let's try out Nina. I don't think I'm gonna like her as well, just because while I like being able to move fast, I don't like not doing much damage. But we'll try it. Maybe it'll be more beneficial on this level in particular to be faster moving. I don't know. Whew! Okay. What are the special moves like for Nina? Okay. What's this one? Okay. Alright. Pretty short and snappy. Which makes sense. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I do like the speed, I'm not gonna lie. I just, you know, I like dealing more damage than this. Oh. Ow. What has been historically my favorite anime series was an isekai. Although, like, the reason I say historically is I have not rewatched it in a long time, and I'm kind of afraid to. What the heck is that? Is that like a giant water jug she's carrying? Oh. I mean, like any trope, isekai can be done well, but it can fall into a lot of... I think part of the thing with isekai, at least for me, is it is frequent that isekai has a lot of overlap with Mary Sue tendencies. And or by the time the story's done, you realize maybe this character didn't need to come from somewhere other than where the setting is. It seems like a chunk of, and granted, this is the impression I have from someone who has not watched very many animes start to finish. But the impression I have is part of the issue with isekai is twofold. One, that once you're past like the first, let's say, half arc, it turns out it doesn't really matter that this character wasn't from the setting originally, and it seems to have been the case largely to just have an excuse to exposit at them more than you would get away with doing with someone who supposedly comes from that setting. Yes, that's the one, 255. And then like as a result of that, it turns out that like once you're a chunk of the way into the story, the initial premise of them coming from somewhere else no longer really affects anything. And then the other thing is, it's very common for isekai for there to be something that marks them out as innately special. You know, for example, it's like if it's an isekai where they're like pulled into the real version of a fictional fantasy world, like from a video game that they're familiar with, suddenly they know all these rules and limitations and mechanics that, you know, people who just live here don't, or somehow they've got some particular power, like in Vision of Escaflowne, which I have really liked. Again, I haven't rewatched it in ages. Like, the main character does a little bit of sort of tarot reading type stuff, but like suddenly she's able to accurately make predictions way more than she ever could in the real world. So you get that kind of thing. I don't think the character becomes too Mary Sue-y in that, at least to my memory, but you kind of get that really amped up. Okay. Max, leader of the Maiden Spike. Maiden everything in this game. I don't know what we classify stuff like that, Jennifer, which is very clearly anime inspired and anime styled, but was not made in Japan. I know, like, folks like Yahtzee Croshaw call it waname, which is like wannabe anime. The Teen Titans cartoon from the early 2000s had the same thing going on. I don't know if that's actually an okay thing to call it, but... yeah, I've never really checked out too many of the realistic animes. I've seen a couple of movies that classify as realistic animes, like Millennium Actress, which is quite good. Oh, Priscilla. Oof. Whoa. Can I get you off that damn... Alright, finally off the bike. Whoa! There we go. Okay. I did change the title, didn't I, Kaoru? Yes, I did. Oh, no. Oh! Dang it. I forgot that you could set the game. Whoops. You're right. I changed the title. There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. My bad. I could have played with it and like, oh, you haven't gotten to this secret area of Tunic where your little fox boy splits into 3 sexy monster girl cops and the mechanics completely change? You haven't found that secret? All right. Oh, God's sake. Dang it. Ooh. Whew. I really like the show because it's as much about her coach sensei as her. It's an ice skater who went pro because he started too late, but he discovers because he spent so much time obsessing what's important and analyzing the interesting. He's incredibly good at teaching others. Oh, interesting. Yeah, sometimes it can be, Carowin. Sometimes you realize that either there were flaws you didn't see the first time, or like you've just aged out of what it was doing. Like a lot of times what can happen is you become enamored with something that is the first instance you see of it. You're like, oh, this is opening my mind to, you know, what can happen and what's possible. And then as time goes on, you see other things actually do that thing better. And it reduces the impact on a rewatch and a revisit. You're like, oh, this is actually kind of standard, or has a lot of flaws, or hasn't aged well, or maybe like I had just flat out forgotten through the passage of time all this stuff that wasn't even that good at the time, which doesn't necessarily negate the value of something. I think it says something when the parts that ultimately stick in your head are the parts that are good about something. It speaks to the strength of those good parts, and that maybe the problems weren't as detrimental to the overall product as they might have been, but it still can be disheartening to go back and either rediscover those faults or find them for the first time. Okay. Alright, let's go back to Mika. Oh, Ace Ventura. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like, this is part of the thing that I've had to explain, for instance, to people who, like, swear by Avatar The Last Airbender. And to be clear, I do not think Avatar The Last Airbender is bad in any way, shape, or form. But what I maintain is, if I'd watched it at the time it was airing, I probably would like it a lot more. Because by the time I got to it, I'd seen a lot of stuff that was influenced by it. And so, like, what it was kind of breaking the mold of what a US animated show could be and do, well, somewhat breaking the mold. I think that Gargoyles deserves a lot more credit than it gets, which is not nearly enough. But anyway, setting that aside, you know, Avatar did argue, it did still, like, evolve and build off of what something like Gargoyles started to do. And I appreciate all that, but I've since seen the stuff that has in turn built off of that, and it makes it harder for me to appreciate, you know, the thing that did it first, because it's not blowing my mind. Is it doing it well? Absolutely, but it's not gonna blow my mind because I know the things that it pioneered. You know, it's like trying to get me to appreciate the Model T. Like, I appreciate what this means, but I'd still rather drive a modern car. And that's a bit of an unfair comparison. That paints Avatar The Last Airbender as more antiquated than I actually think it is. But it's the thing that I've had to explain to people why I don't put it in an all-time greatest shows category. Not because I don't think it deserves a place there, but because it can't be there for me. Like, my experience with it wasn't that, so it's not that to me. What I want is more animated horror. Animated horror is tricky to come by, for sure. I like Invader Zim. I have not. That's another thing I have not rewatched in ages. I liked it decently. See, I actually argue, Jennifer, like, it's comparable in terms of the uptick in quality from what animated shows had been in, like, the maturity level. I would actually argue that Gargoyles was more influential because of it starting to dabble in serialized storytelling and actual significant shifts to the status quo as it went in a way that animated shows made in the US at the time just really didn't do, not as part of an ongoing story. Usually if an animated show changed the status quo, it's because it got retooled between seasons. You know what I mean? My waifu! Oh my gosh. Whoa! Victoria Wow. Okay, hold on. Victoria Renziongmao. Renziongmao. Something like that. Okay, here we go. Oh, God! Mika! This made me think of the way Goliath said, Alyssa. Oh, God. Keith David's voice. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm okay. I'm okay. Is there a history here? Mika! Young Mao. Thank you, Izzy. More than just acquaintances. Eternal rival. Oh yeah, it can absolutely work the other way around too, Carl, where like oh, this thing's so fresh, and then you check out what influenced it and went, oh no, that was the watered down version of the thing that influenced them. That can totally happen too. So yeah, I don't want to negate that it can go the other way. Your perverted tricks don't work on me anymore. Got a question for you about dubs. Okay. If a dub gave a character a westernized name when that was more normal, would later installments stick with it? If you're asking me, like, as a practical matter, I don't know. My inclination is to say probably not. I mean, my point of reference for that is Final Fantasy VII, because one of the characters in that in the original version was westernized as Eris, but ever since more recent updates has been done as Aerith. So like when it becomes obvious that it was westernized more than was originally intended, that tends to get rolled back later on. The sprite anime, yeah, isn't it, Christina? I love Keith David. I love him in live action. I love him in animation. And god damn, that man's voice. So... Oh. Mika! Here we go. Oh god, that sound. Okay. Okay. Oof. Oh. Oh. There we go. Come on. Gotcha. Care to elaborate on that, Rowan? I never got into Rick and Morty, Christina. I'll have to take your word for that. Like, I first got my addiction to Keith David with the 1-2 punch of Gargoyles and then the animated Spawn. Oh, jeez. And then, of course, he can sing on top of it. Oh, whew. Oh, thanks for that, Izzy. He would have been good for that, Jennifer, for sure. You're a loser, baby. I shouldn't keep singing. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, Rowan. Because the music that you think is just the soundtrack is distracting, and character is trying to think, is like, man, I wish that thing would shut up, and Tila just shoots the speaker. Yeah. Yes, you can definitely take your time, 255. I have other stuff to get to before I get to that. And, with all respect, that's going to include doing a book just for me for fun. Because it's been a little while since I've done that. Okay, how many levels do we have left? I might be able to beat this on stream. Only 2. Ooh, we might complete a playthrough on stream. That'll be fun. Whoa! Dang. Okay. Oh. That's where it started and then it got weird, Carolyn? Oh, lovely. Yeah, there's been some interesting food combos on this. Did you have to pay yourself $100 to read a book? Feels like that. Like that's what I need to do to give myself permission to do something for myself sometimes. But I am continually debating raising the price on the book commissions because honestly, just because of the average length of time, it's like it's probably like I have it priced in a way where I didn't want to feel like I was pricing people out, but if I actually base it on like length of time it takes, like commissioning me for a movie is at present $60. And that's usually going to be around 2 hours on average. Sometimes it's a little less, sometimes it's a little more, but that's usually what it is. And I'm not going to say I want to vary the price for a book review by length, but if we're being honest, I'd say on average, book commissions, the runtime on the audiobooks are between 10 and 20 hours. And even if I take the low end of that, and even when I factor into the fact that most audiobooks I listen at 1.3 or 1.2 speed, so it takes a little less than the official time, I'm still spending, like if I were to work it out, if I were to say that, even if I were to round it down and say like 8 hours is what it takes me for an audiobook, then compared to what I charge for a 2-hour movie, I should be charging a lot more for the book commissions. But I also feel bad the idea of upping it because I don't want to seem greedy, but if I'm being realistic about what it costs me in time, I really, even if we accept $60 as a reasonable commission rate for the movies, which I think I do, mostly just because I'm not putting together highly detailed videos. This isn't like, say, commissioning Todd in the Shadows to do a one-hit wonderland, or commissioning Dominic Noble to do a full Lost in adaptation for something. Like, those cost a bit, but that's because they're doing their full usual thing. I am almost always doing, like, relatively simplistic reviews. So I still feel like $60 is probably safe for that, given what I'm producing off the back of that. But even if I accept that the $60 is a reasonable price for a movie review, then even by that metric, I am badly undercharging for the book reviews. I should probably adjust that price. Is that one handling supposed to be a Tanuki? I'm not entirely sure, Carowin. Have you thought about doing it separate for audiobooks and books you have to read? No, because the number of times I haven't been able to get it on audiobook have been pretty rare. I think that's only really happened twice. Once with Accession and once with Dune. And it's not that I couldn't get an audio version of Dune, it's that I couldn't get an unabridged audio of Dune. So even that, I could have gone with the audio. I wanted to get the full experience. So, no, I don't. Like, here's what I will say. what's generally been the case with most of the folks who have commissioned, and maybe I should make it part of the, maybe I should put an advisory on the tier regardless of what it's priced at. Maybe I should put an advisory on the tier. Please contact me before getting this tier to ensure that I can attain it, you know, as an audiobook, or otherwise I feel that it's doable. I might put that as an advisory on the tier overall. That's true, Carolyn. I did. Because like that was a case where I could get the audiobook, but I just the author was the narrator and I just didn't like him. Although even with that, honestly, it wasn't uncommon for me as an attempt to try and combat my ADHD to have the book open and have the audiobook going, but to be focusing more on reading it than listening to him. Just so it would keep me on task. But yes, you are correct about that, Carolyn. I'd forgotten to include that one because I was able to get the audiobook. I just did not like the narrator, which has happened with other audiobooks, although that was the only one where it caused me to actually stop listening to the audiobook and switch, because the other times where I've had some degree of issues with the narrator, I've been able to kind of in my mind separate the issues with the narration and the issues with the writing because of the nature of how Little Big is, like, as a piece of work, and absorbing it. If you're not jiving with the way it's being told to you, that is going to really cause a massive detriment to... Oh, damn it! It was right there. So, like, that, I felt it was important to switch, because I'm like, I feel like I would flat out be enjoying this more if I, if I wasn't having to listen to it like this. And, you know, reading it on the page honestly made a really big difference with that book. The other ones, there were some sort of werewolf romance books that actually the author commissioned me to read, that while I did not super love the narrator and I had a number of very specific issues with the audiobook narrator, it never felt like my issues with the reading was impacting my impression of the entire book. If that makes sense. Ah, damn it. I actually want to pick a different culture novel. I picked that one. That have audiobooks available in the US for both our benefits. And I do appreciate that, 255. I appreciate that greatly, because I know you ended up waiting for freaking ever for Accession, because it's hard for me to sit down and read a physical book. It just is. Thank you, Carolyn. You again? Okay. I do want to see if I can try and at least get to the last boss, because I feel like I'm so dang close, because it should, in theory, be after this. Ah! Trying to jump those things is driving me nuts. Come here. I do like that if I'm in the middle of a special move, the hazard object doesn't knock me out of it. Especially considering with Miga in specific, her special moves have a pretty long animation involved with them. Come here. Gotcha. Hey there, Net. Defeat Miranda again! Though Matter has a different reader than the other audiobooks, was a shame. He's fine, but I think Peter Kenny, who does the others, is excellent. Yeah, no, he's been really good. He handles that material extremely well. That is always the hazard with an audiobook. Like, if the narrator puts you off, it could put you off the book in a way you might not otherwise. Again, I'm not going to say I haven't run into that. I demonstrably have. But, like, it's pretty rare in my experience. Well, that's good, Net. So why do we have to fight again? Why didn't you tell us the details sooner? Okay. Okay. I think this puts us at the last level. Liberator's Lair. Alright. Let's try it. Yep. Fancy Maiden. Or sorry, Maiden Fancy Hood. Yeah, it's gonna be the mayor. It's gonna be the mayor. What's this game about? Titting boobily across the city and beating up crims. All right. Yeah, I like, as a business matter, I get why that call was made 255. It's still a bit of a shame. It can be really annoying when, like, something has been around long enough to have multiple audiobook editions, and you can no longer find the version you prefer. I don't know if this is still the case, but this was the issue I had with Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because I love Douglas Adams narrating them himself. I think he is phenomenal and unparalleled. But later editions, because the movie came out, had Martin Freeman narrating them, and he's fine. He's fine. There's nothing wrong with him. He does fine. But it's not as good. And so, like, I had to really go out of my way to try and find books on CD of Douglas Adams reading it. And if you were to go on Audible, I don't know if multiple versions are available or if you're stuck with just one. Double D's dragons. Double D's nuts. Sorry. I'm sorry. No, you're right, Carolyn. I'm not. That makes sense, 255. You want the D? Well, Knit, there are places where that is attainable. Places with many vids and places that are only for fans, if that is your jam. Come here. Okay. The radio adaptation of Light, the Universe, and Everything reused Douglas Adams' narration for the character who was the bowl of petunias. Ah, I love Hitchhiker's Guide so much. Yeah, I'm supposed to wrap it up in 5 minutes as well, but I'm right here. I'm on the last level. I must almost be at the last boss. It's not going to be worth me streaming this a second day just to play the last boss and then switch to something else. So... watching Vera's stream and trying to play WoW at the same time. My eyes are screwy from the retina doctor. How long does it take for the drops to wear off? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've been to the optometrist, so I'm not sure. The throb. If that doesn't already exist, Jennifer, then the perverts have failed. I think we've got the time to spare. Thank you, Carolyn. I appreciate that. Haven't heard of that one, Izzy. Ooh. I'm gonna stick with my girl. Whoa. The perverts never fail. Remember the Rule 34? Yes, Rule 34. The Nobbit exists. Well, like there had to be some version of a pun along those lines. You know, because like Dildo Baggins is too obvious. I mean, it's so obvious that I think it was the National Lampoon parody book used that one. That was the one, Carolyn. Yes, that was the one. I have a hard time not believing that that was staged in it, but I'll still give it a laugh. Sounds about right, 255. I mean, like, stage stuff can still be funny, nothing wrong with that. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Christina. Yep, there's that as well, Rowan. Yeah, that's kind of my thing too, Carowin. Like, because it perpetuates this idea that, like, older generations weren't freaks. And, yeah, they were. Like, younger generations did not invent perversion. They may have discovered and refined some newer kinds of it, or at least rediscovered some ones that had been dormant for a while, but, like, perversion is as old as humanity. Here we go. Let's see the mayor. Yep, called it. Oh, and she's packing heat. Yeah, I called that one early. Again, I suspected the joke was how obvious it was that the leader of the demon party would be the villain. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I'm running overtime. We got to get to this. Come on. Oh, wait. Are we boss rushing this? Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Oh, is this where she... Oh, is she helping? Yay! Oh, that's nice. Because boss rushes, like, especially if you're not expecting them, boss rushes, I don't think are especially fun, personally. Come here. Oh. That too, context. Yeah. Here we go. Whoa. Whoa. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, you're a whole new bag of wax, aren't you? All right. Gotcha. There we go. Alright, let's see if we can burn through this. Woo! Alright. I mean, I wear perversion as a badge of honor, personally. Sorry, I just want to check. Whoa! Okay. Hang on. What is the Maiden Department? What is that? Oh, we can change outfits. Oh, we have to pay cash for that. Whoa, okay. Maid! I'm so glad she has a maid. Alright, that. I need that. Whoa, hello. Classic bunny girl suit. Flame dragon, like that's real cool. Alright, this. Oh, okay. It's like tracks. What are we? Okay. So like different poses and stuff. Okay. This is kind of cute. Cheats. Removes hit limits on enemies in the air or the ground. Protagonists cannot be thrown by common hits. Infinite energy. Special move energy. Infinite stamina. There was a stamina mechanic? I didn't even notice. Weapons do not break. Weapons do not lose charge. Okay. Character descriptions. Oh, okay. Cute. Yeah, thank you for sticking through overtime on this. This has been fun. Is comics just the cutscenes? Whoa. Nope. Nope. That's actually a comic. I do like the pixel art better. That is cute, though. But anyway, yes. I don't know what I'm going to play Friday. I have other games by this same developer, so I might do one of those. So Saturday's video on the main channel will be about when companions on Doctor Who are in some way marked out as being super special. And my feelings about that. Tomorrow I will have a review for the latest episode of Daredevil up right here in this channel. Friday I'll be here streaming I don't know what. And new episode of the Fractus podcast out on Monday right here. So thank you all for joining me, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Be well, be safe, and be kind. I'll see ya.